Hello out there, Music Land, and today I thought I'd do something just a little bit different, but before we get into it, be sure once again to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, click the little bell down below to get notifications whenever I upload a video. Also, be sure if you're just browsing through, just leave a like or a share, or even subscribe to the channel if you feel inclined to. But anyway, today we're going to be looking at Pink Floyd's discography, a new thing I wanted to start, and today we're going to be looking at The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Released August 4th, 1967 by E.M.I. Records. Produced by Norman Smith, who is a Beatles per hand engineer at the time. Also, the Beatles were recording Sgt. Pepper Next Door as Pink Floyd was recording this album. Pink Floyd consists at this point of Syd Barrett on lead guitar and vocals, Roger Waters on bass and vocals, Richard Wright on organ and piano, and Nick Mason on drums. The genres are psychedelic rock and experimental rock. Now, before getting into this, Pink Floyd was, at the time, very huge in the England underground and had a following. Syd Barrett was the charismatic leader. Now, this is the only album to feature the original Pink Floyd lineup. After this, David Gilmour joins the band, and let's say the rest is history, for good or bad. Now let's get into the album itself. It starts off with Astronomy Domine. It has a great start opening. You have this little beep, 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 and then you get these like voices in the background of sounds. It kind of feels like it's talking from outer space. I love the opening riff with the dang, 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 dang. Barrett's vocals on it are good. The drumming by Mason's fantastic. I think this was an album that really showed him off very well. I like how it stops and then you get the ping. Like the slide solo, the reemergence of the space vocals, love the ending lines with Rick Wright singing with Syd Barrett, or having his own little singing section in it. On to song number 2, Lucifer Sam. This is more of the poppy side of the album, and I'll get into the whole album as a whole after this. It's very poppy sounding, love the bass and guitar together. I love Barrett's vocals, very catchy. I love the solo. The electric guitar fed through an echo machine gave it a different feel to it. But very catchy, very poppy chorus. On to song number 3, Matilda's Mother. I like the organ intro, love the fantasy lyrics, gets poppy sound, great bass lines, love the organ lead middle section, and I love the tempo change at the end, which is really good. But these songs are also very short, which you'll find compared to later Pink Floyd work. On to song number 4, Flaming. Eerie sounding opening with animal sounds in the background, very poppy. I love the organ and drums. Nice sound effects, acoustic, nice guitar section, organ and bass driven, I find. On to song number 5, Pow R Toc H. I love the opening. I love the piano with the drums. It kind of gives it a jazzy feel to it. A nice electric guitar and organ near the middle with the drums that build into nice bass lines for Waters. And I love the guitar subtly underneath. On to song number 6, Take Up Thy Stethescope and Walk. It's the only song on the album, I believe not written by Syd Barrett. It's written by Roger Waters. Drum opening, it rhymes a lot. That's one thing I noticed. It's very rhymey. Love the guitar with the organ. Nice freak out section. Organ and bass driven. And I love the music underneath of it. On to song number 7, Interstellar Overdrive. I love the opening riff to the song. I love the guitar. Love the driving bass underneath organ. Nice tempo changes. Weird middle section. I really like the drumming on this throughout the song. Nice bass lines. Slide gives it a sort of eerie soaring feel to it. Organ section and guitar bring it back to the opening riff until the end. On to song number 8, The Gnome. Simple bass and acoustic driven, poppy sounding, rhymes a lot, catchy chorus. Song number 9, Chapter 24, vocal opening, organ driven, feels like, is there a hint of piano? I feel like I hear it, and sometimes I'm kind of like, is my ears playing tricks on me? And also some nice vocal harmonies. On to song number 10, The Scarecrow. Like the organ intro, it sounds like someone is slapping their cheeks to make a sound, which for Pink Floyd wouldn't surprise me. Nice electric guitar in the background. Like the vocals and bass at the end. On to song number 11, Bike. Vocal driven. I love the lyrics. I got a bike. You can ride it if you like. It's got a basket to wheel it. Things to make it look good. Just good song. The chorus sounds kind of sinister. You're the kind of girl that fits in with my world. I'll give you everything and anything if you want things. Very catchy. Ends with the soundscapes of a bunch of rubber soundscapes and a sound of a bunch of rubber ducks at the end. Anyway, listening to this album, it's kind of interesting because I feel like it's a schizophrenic album. It's kind of a 2 albums in one. You have, at one point, the very experimental stuff of Astronomy Domine, Pow R Toc H, Interstellar Overdrive, and then you have the really poppy, upbeat stuff of Lucifer Sam, even Matilda's Mother, Flaming, and stuff, and even Bike. It's interesting. It's very much an album of the day. I think it's more poppy, psychedelic stuff, but listening to it, the sound is there. Like, you can tell there's something there. The sound, they haven't quite got there, but it's very interesting to listen to. Looking at the whole thing is it went to number 6 in the UK charts, which back when the charts actually maybe meant something. And number 31 in the US Top 200. Now, the American version's a lot different than the English version, or at least the version I got, which I call the real version. I believe they got See Emily Play on theirs. And maybe Arnold Lane as well. But I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Now, what would I give this album completely out of? Oh, and another thing I want to talk about. Even before the release of this album, manager Peter Jenner was already concerned about Syd Barrett's mental state and how he kind of felt like he wasn't always there. Now, some of it might be the drugs he was taking, but I think they noticed even then. I think he said the band always felt like it was just a phase, he'd grow out of it. But he was a lot more concerned about it than the band. And this album, to me, is maybe not Pink Floyd's best work, but you could tell it's the start of something. And it works well. What would I give this album out of 5? I think I'd give it a solid 3 out of 5. I think it's a good album. Do I think it's up there with Pink Floyd's greatest albums? No. But that's just my opinion. Some people I've seen go as head or give this a 5 out of 5. I've seen 4.5 out of 5, 4 out of 5. One gave it 3 out of 5 from what I've seen. But I think this really is about a 3-star album. It's not terrible, but it's not as good as their greatest work. But anyway, that's my thoughts and opinions. Once again, be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe. I'm going to be back with another video here pretty soon. Peace.